Hello, hello. This is the My Artifact episode number 3472. Today's date is the 3rd of July 2025. It's been almost like a morning at 8:39 a.m. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you, yeah. Okay, couple of days ago, not couple of days ago, just like yesterday. Okay, yeah, yesterday or a day, couple of days ago, yeah, just couple of days ago. That might be really good. Couple of days ago I went with my friend for trekking. Yeah, like we decided to go trekking and things like that. We all my boys are gathered together and we went to trekking at Harishchandragad is a mountain. Okay, we climbed the mountain. It was really good. The experience was really good, really amazing. And in the monsoon, the climbing this mountain, it's like top notch. I don't know how do I supposed to describe this thing. It's one of the amazing feeling that only only the things like you can't express this thing by the words. Okay, yeah, just by kind of like assembly, just experience this thing. Okay, yeah, like this is what it is. Whatever. So basically we gather, we kind of like climb the mountain and things and that when then we talk. Okay, like basically all my boys are kind of like a simply met after very long, after a period of time, like after almost like a 1 year. Yeah, 1 year. Yes. And we've been like connected with each other since 2011. Yeah, since 2011. And we are like one of the best friend. Yeah, it's one of the best friend. Like, yeah, we spend a lot of time together when we are in college, when we are in teenage. Okay, yeah, but since everyone got a job and things like that, we don't really have that much opportunity to talk. We don't really have that much opportunity to spend time with each other. But still is that came, we decided to kind of like that key, at least once in a year we decided to kind of like get it together and kind of like went to tour or climb the mountain or trekking or things like that. So spend time together. This is kind of like assembly all the boys that we want. So yeah, so we went there. Okay, yeah, and we just talk, hang out, whatever, whatever, whatever. Okay, yeah. Now basically is this thing, like basically everyone is actually kind of like a met after a very long period of time, like almost like a year. So basically just everyone has a kind of like a saying this thing that ki, why don't you call me and this and that and that and that whatever, whatever, whatever. Okay, yeah. uh then basically in our conversation, in our boys conversation, we actually kind of like a rank that ki who actually called and who actually doesn't call. And I am the kind of like a only person who is a kind of like only which rank really least, that I didn't really call anyone. And I didn't really call anyone. Is it true? Yeah, that's true. I didn't really call anyone. Okay, yeah. Or I didn't really communicate the way that people does. Like I don't know, but I kind of like a suddenly just realized that ki, yeah, like if I wanted to talk to somebody, I can talk directly, but I need a subject. I need a kind of like a somebody that key subject to talk. I am not able to talk without any reason or without anything. Yeah, I need a kind of like a somebody particular subject. It just, yeah. So if I have a particular subject now, then I might kind of like a talk with the prime minister or president. Yeah, it's like that. Like I'm not really scared of fear of that. You know, it's like if I have a subject there, but if I don't really have any subject, then probably just like I not to talk or avoid to talk, or maybe I talk very like a like casual talk, not that much. And yeah, because um why, like this thing, the stuff that I'm saying is kind of like it's only very something very like a negligible point, but it is because um one of my friend named Prashik called people a lot. Okay, yeah. He really genuinely care. He wants to talk. He wants to express. Like he wants to kind of like something that he, have you reached your home or things or that, or just like he talk a lot. Okay, yeah. And not just kind of like something in a really good way. Like basically it represent he is really genuinely care about this thing and that. Like if I am not called anyone, then probably do I feel like that ki am I not care that much? Like example is this thing that ki let's just say Prashik usually call that ki let's just say there is a guy like a there is a common friend. Okay, yeah. Like a common friend of Prashik and me. Okay, so basically is this thing that ki when these guys actually went to the somewhere like a let's just say went to the kind of like a something the Delhi. Okay, yeah. So Prashik called, have you reached to Delhi, where are you, what are you like, have you ate something or something like that, your journey is good or not, vagara vagara. And he called multiple times during the journey. He called that ki, oh, have you reached or things like that, maybe at least twice, like a make sure that ki, did he actually reach to the Delhi or not. Okay, yeah. I will not gonna call. Like basically, I will gonna say that yo yeah, just goodbye, things like that, and then I would not gonna call. And this is what kind of like assembly true is this thing that ki I don't know. I don't really call. Okay, so um, does this make me less scare person? Well, yeah, somewhat. Because is this thing that na ki we are living this real world and people are kind of like a something, the meaning of the care is actually determine that ki how would you show that careness. Okay, yeah. Like call someone or kind of like a something that ki try to know that person is really good or not or वगैरह 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 is a kind of like a somebody feels like that ki this person is actually genuinely care, and that's why that person actually called you that ki how are you, what are you, things like that. If the person is not actually called anything at all, then that person is might not kind of like a somebody that much careful, right? So am I little bit careless, like am I little bit of something like not careful, not really care to the people in somewhat yes. Yeah, in somewhat yes. Why do you not care people? I do, but it's like that na ki I do care people when they really need my care, when they really need my help to care. But I don't know how do I supposed to describe this thing. It's a kind of like a something is this thing na ki um why don't you call people? Yeah, why don't you call like I don't know. I feel like that na ki like if one of my friend is actually going to Delhi, then probably I would consider that ki my friend is had enough to understand everything regarding about Delhi and what will gonna happen, and he will if there is something really has something really happened, he will gonna take care of those things. He will gonna figure it out. This thing. It just yeah, like basically why would I supposed to call him? Just like yeah nah, he just doing this thing by its own. Yeah, if he does really require my help, I will gonna definitely gonna offer my help. But it's just like that ki he's okay nah, he's good nah, he's yeah. So why would I, why are you asking this question? Yeah, like why are you kind of like it's like that na ki I think that ki this is actually happened is because of the artifact, but I'm not really sure. Okay, yeah. Okay, what exactly is this thing? Okay, yeah. Um, when one person is actually wants to call, like basically let's just say Prashik is a kind of like a only very person who is actually called everyone and things and that. Okay, yeah. Why does he call? Why does he call to the people? Why does he talk almost like a 10-minute, 15-minute, almost like a half an hour? He actually talk with the friends and things like that. Why does do that? Okay, not just Prashik, like everyone does that. Everyone does this kind of like assembly communication and things like that. Not just because of kind of like assembly care, but is because of that ki like basically is this thing that ki uh, wanted to express thoughts and things like that. What do you mean by that? Okay, yeah. um like basically is this thing that ki since I'm recording my artifact, I am kind of like expressing my thoughts, expressing my ideas and everything in this artifact episode. Okay, yeah. So because of this thing, I don't really feel that ki I should supposed to be express my idea to the another person. It just felt like that ki yeah, I already expressed my thoughts and things. It just like what I'm trying to tell you is this thing na ki as a human we are we are kind of like always have things that inside of us that we wanted to share some sort of thoughts and things like that. And in somewhat something it's really essential because of that key. It's a kind of like a somebody we when we do that thing, when we try to talk, we kind of like a somebody feel like that's a part of social circle. And that is really good, that is really like a, it's kind of like a build a strong connection between the society and things like that, right? uh then why are you not doing it that? It's because of artifact? No, it's like I don't know, dude. Like okay, I don't really think that this is actually happened because of the artifact. It's actually happened because of me. Okay, and let me tell you one thing. I am since the childhood. I am literally little bit of introvert person. No, I'm not really that much introvert person. I'm little bit kind of like a somebody in between introvert. I'm kind of like a somebody in between introvert and extrovert kind of like a person. It's not really that kind of like I'm really introvert that I'm really shy and I don't really talk with anyone, or I'm not kind of like a somebody very exaggerated person that I just talk and I just kind of like a somebody dominate other. No, it's not. I'm kind of like a in between that, like a not introvert, not extrovert. It's just in between. Okay, kind of like a somebody regular guy. And I since the beginning, since I know myself, since I talk very less to the people. And like I started artifact in 2015, but before also that I was not really that much communicate people. I was not really that much like a communication guy. I don't I am not. Okay, yeah. I'm not kind of like a person that I just kind of like I talk to the people and things and that. It's not. Like it's not. Okay, yeah. And basically what I'm trying to tell you is this thing na ki like a want to talk or want to kind of like express your thoughts and emotions. These are kind of like a something I think I'm not really sure. I think but I just kind of like a somebody just seen the stuff in like from my point of perspective. Okay, yeah, whatever the world that I'm seeing is this thing that ki um uh the people who actually kind of like a somebody talk or things like that, it kind of like a somebody that ki something genetic. I don't know. I just still don't know, but this is what I kind of like a somebody that ki um experience probably. Yeah, because of this thing that ki um uh, yeah, like basically I wanted to kind of like tell you regarding about example where did I see, but it's bit really private and I don't want to share that private details. But this is somewhat I realized that ki the mother and father are kind of like a somebody very expressive person or things like that. As a child is also became kind of like a somebody very expressive, but child is also kind of like a somebody that he wants to talk and things like that. Okay, uh, in my point of perspective, my father is a kind of like somebody exactly like me. Like a, they are really calm. They are like a, they actually talk with the people, but it's just like that. Ki, they will gonna talk when other people talk. Like basically, is this thing that ki, my father is not kind of like a somebody person who is kind of like somebody talk with them. Just no, it's not. Okay, they talk. It's a kind of like a somebody very thing. And same thing happened with my mother too. Like my mother is also really not that much kind of like a somebody very talkative person and things like that. So probably that's why I am not that much talk person. Is it wrong? Is it bad? No, it's definitely not bad. Then then dude, it's okay. Yeah, there is a couple of things that you have to be kind of like a figure it out. Okay, what are those things? That thing is that key um uh how do I supposed to explain this? It's a like okay, why are you so concerned about this thing? I'm actually concerned about that. Ki in the future, I will gonna make a app regarding about artifact episode, my artifact app, where in my application people will actually record the artifact, record the things like the stuff that I'm kind of like doing right now. It's kind of like people are also doing the same thing. Okay, yeah. They will gonna express their thoughts and things and that and that. Okay, yeah. I am recording artifacts since the almost like a decade, and I might I think I there is a lot of changes inside of me. Okay, yeah. really good changes. Okay, I understand the life in really much better way and things and that and that and that. Okay, yeah. But I am kind of like a bitterly concerned regarding about that ki if people is actually recording my application, or like if people are actually recording thoughts in my application, will they not gonna communicate with each other, or will they ignore the communicate with each other, or will they like why would they uh, I, like basically is this thing na ki we actually talk or we actually communicate with each other is because of that ki we wanted to express their shares, and we wanted to express our thoughts and shares, we wanted to express our thoughts, we wanted to express our thoughts, share our thoughts to the people and things like that. Okay, yeah. But if everything is actually happen in my application, in my artifact application, then why would other people will gonna communicate each other? Okay, yeah. And and like let me example this thing. Okay, let's just say that there is a husband, there is a wife. Okay, yeah. Husband is actually recording artifact, as well as um, wife is also record the artifact. Okay, yeah. They both know they are recording artifact. Okay, yeah. Since they both recording artifact, they express already thoughts, and they express thoughts, they share their thoughts in the artifact. Will they able to kind of like a share same thoughts with each other again? um uh, yeah, will this gonna happen? Like basically just think about all the possibility. Okay, yeah. They will, but it's just like that na ki since I record the artifact from last 10 year, I realize that ki artifact is not meant to be kind of like a simply drop the conversation, is not meant to be kind of like a simply that ki you record the artifact and right now you might not gonna talk with anybody. No, it's not that thing. Okay, yeah. Artifact is not meant to be kind of like a simply is this thing that ki you just you already share your thoughts in artifact, then why would you share this thing, why would you talk with each other? No, it's not that. It's a kind of like a when I record the artifact, I became really clear regarding about what should I supposed to talk, and who is the kind of like a very important person to talk and things like that, what does actually matter to me or not. It's no, it's not I'm not being kind of like something really selfish, but it's like that na ki I don't really think this will gonna happen. Like basically is this thing, if there is a husband is actually recording artifact, if there is a high wife is also recording the artifact, after they record the artifact, they still gonna share their thoughts, they still gonna kind of like talk with each other. Okay, yeah. And not just talk, they will kind of like communicate with very much properly. Because let me tell you one thing na ki communication is not kind of like a somebody that ki like a kind of like a simply the glass filled with the water, like a basically you just kind of like a drink the entire water in an artifact, then there is no water left to kind of like a somebody communicate and things like that. It is not, it is definitely not. Communication is not kind of like a somebody the glass, the water is actually filled with the glass. No, it's not. It's a kind of like a somebody is this thing, the stuff that you talk and talk, it's kind of like a somebody that you are kind of like clear enough to kind of like a clear enough to you to what you are and things like that. And it's not really kind of like a somebody that ki it will gonna not communicate with each other. No, it's not. Okay, definitely not. Yeah, it might gonna kind of like a something little less happen in such a way that ki um I don't know how to say, but it's not. Okay, yeah. Because I like basically is this thing like my like the way that I'm thinking right now is a kind of like a somebody very biased way of thinking. Why? Because I am actually thinking from my point of perspective, and I am always kind of like a somebody person that I never really called before the artifact too. Okay, before the artifact, I never really called, never really talk with anyone, never really talk with kind of like a somebody just a random thoughts. No, it's not like a I don't know. I'm not that kind of like only somebody person that just talk with a random stranger and things like that. Okay, yeah. Since the beginning. Okay, yeah. and after the artifact, it's not actually changed. Like my thoughts is still the same, that key, like if this kind of assembly matter, if this kind of assembly something is subject, that I only talk with that particular person. If there is kind of like assembly no subject, then I might not gonna talk that much, right? But when the artifact, when the millions of people will gonna record the artifact, then things might be different. I'm not really sure about that. I'm not really sure. Okay, yeah. But one thing for sure is that the artifact will not gonna be reason that ki people will gonna less communicate with each other. I think this will not gonna happen. Yeah, artifact will kind of like a clear his mind to what should we supposed to talk and things like that. But little less talk or little less communication, I don't really think that this would be happen. Okay, because of that key, since I'm recording artifact, I express my thoughts very clearly regarding about, I understand what is actually communication, not just kind of like a somebody talk, but as also kind of like a listen to, because listening is also part of the communication too. I understand that thing. Yeah, so it's not just kind of like a somebody just stop the communication. Definitely not. I am not really agree that ki artifact is kind of like a something that ki stop the communication in between people. Definitely not. Definitely not. Okay, yeah. So that's some kind of like a something I just want to express and things like that. I don't know, but I am not really sure. Okay, yeah, just all right. This is I should supposed to be end here. I don't know about this thing, but I need a kind of like a some practical evidence. I need to understand this thing. I don't know. Thank you.